Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing another writing vlog. It's been about a month since my last one, so I wanted to give you a quick update on kind of my progress and where my head is with my novel lately. And I think basically one of the biggest problems that I have right now is I'm not working at the minute. I finished university in July. I've been in kind of like a limbo state for the past 3 months, but also during the last 5 months I've been getting the train or the coach back and forth to London for job interviews, and I think just that stress of not really knowing where I am is making it really difficult to keep my character's head in the right place. Like, a lot of what I'm feeling right now is feeding into the opening of the novel and kind of the mind state of my character in the position that she's at, because basically I've tried to make the character relatable by starting the novel in this stage of her life where she's finished university and she has a couple of months left to confirm her place on her master's, whether or not she wants to carry on in education. But I'm worried that I'm also putting too much pressure on my character from my current experiences, and it makes it, I don't know, I can't decide whether or not it's an effective place to start the novel, because I think that the state that she's in at the minute makes it easy for her to go off and have this journey, this adventure, this discovery of herself. But also I'm putting a lot of myself into the character's mindset right now, and the character is not supposed to reflect my personality as much as she is. But I think that frustration is coming through a little bit too much. I'm not quite sure how to carry on. It's becoming quite difficult to separate myself and my own frustration from the frustrations of my character. Since the last time we spoke, I have settled on chapters 1, 2 and 3 in my second edit of the novel. The last time that I filmed a vlog, I had about 7 versions of chapter 1. Now I have 1 version, and it's incorporating all the different aspects of each chapter 1 that I wrote and all the best aspects that I had from those chapters. So I'm really happy that I have that opening, and I'm really glad where it started. I always worry that my first chapter is a little bit boring, and I'm debating at the minute whether or not to include a prologue. I'm not sure necessarily that I want to give it a prologue, because I feel like the prologue would have to be significant to the mid part of the novel to kind of give it that introduction to the mystical side of the narrative, whereas the first chapter starts in the ordinary life of the main character. I would appreciate any advice from anybody on YouTube, actually. If you're reading a novel, would you rather have a prologue where it kind of drops you right in the mystical aspects of the novel, but then kind of jumps back to the ordinary? Or would you rather it just started in the ordinary and built up to the discovery, if you know what I mean? Basically, the prologue, I feel, would have to be kind of a dream or almost like a historical flashback to maybe... I'm trying to describe it without describing too much. If I were to include a prologue, it would probably be a flashback or a dream or a memory that kind of gives grounding to the historical, mythological aspect of the novel. So say the history of the novel and the character is an ancient Greek inheritance or an origin type story. Is it worth having a prologue about that part of her history, or do I just have it start from chapter 1 and have the ordinary blossom into the discovery of the ancient world that I'm writing about? I'm not quite sure which way to go with it yet, so I would appreciate any advice. I've not written continuously for hours in a few weeks. I've not written every night or every day, every morning, whatever. I've not put aside a little patch of time just because I haven't been able to. My weeks have been quite split between the middle of nowhere and Cardiff and then London, and I'm finding it really hard to find the motivation to write, but I've got a solid 3 chapters down. How does anyone else, if anyone is even watching this, how does anybody deal with that sense of writer's block where it really is just an exhaustion or obligations that you have? How do you get past those difficulties to actually write your novel? Because I would really like to know how to master that particular aspect of writing. I find it quite difficult. I thought that because I had this block of time between the end of uni and moving to London, I thought that I would be able to get a lot more editing work done. But I think because my head has been so focused on job hunting, it's been quite difficult to actually come to the right mindset to do the writing. I appreciate that it is fueling my writing like a tiny bit, but because I have the story working out very slowly in my mind, because now I'm able to understand that emotional situation that the character is in, whereas when I actually wrote the beginning of the story, I'd not actually experienced this time period of limbo after finishing university. So I'm glad that I have that now, because it means that I can feel my character. But at the same time, I feel like it's interfering a little bit too much, so I need a way to get past that and separate myself from my writing a little bit and not put too much of myself in. As much as I like my personality, my main character doesn't have my personality, and I need to be able to separate my personality from my character's personality. And I think that the difficult part is I'm writing in first person and I'm writing it in present tense, so it's making it even more difficult to separate my own feelings and emotions from those of my character and trying to build that separate person. But it's getting a lot harder the second time that I'm writing it. I feel like I'm in a situation that she is currently experiencing as I'm writing, so it's tying it even more into my own experience. Does anyone have any tips on separating your character's personality from your own? Writing books is hard. If you do have any writing advice, are there any authors out there that happen to be watching and can give me a little bit of advice? I would be really grateful. Otherwise, please subscribe to see more from my channel. I'll upload a writing vlog every month, I think, or if it gets any better, every 2 weeks, but we'll see. I moved to London in like 3 weeks, so life's getting hard. I'm like an adult now, making really difficult life choices, trying to write a novel. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed this writing vlog, and I'll try and think of a really good topic for the next one too. Thank you to everyone for watching, and I will speak to you all very, very soon. Thank you and goodbye.